here with NanaKDesigns.com and the Ultra Book Nook. We're going to do a little different today. I'm actually going to do a screenshot on my computer to give you just a general step I take to make something new from something old. And I don't mean, I'm talking about graphic-wise. Taking this design right here, I am using Carolyn Musings Christmas Garden collection to make my own winter garden journal. I'm calling it a winter garden because, like I said, there's not that many elements in here that look specifically Christmassy. I'm making mine a winter garden, which will include some Thanksgiving, Christmas, and Valentine's Day in this journal. So I am kind of redoing an old idea into a new idea. That's first of all, that's what we do a lot. So that's how you learn, is to be able to take what you've purchased and revamp it. All right, this card right here is in her kit, in the Carolyn Musings Christmas Garden Kit. It is an envelope that you put together and a card that slides in. I have 4 signatures. I like to have something similar as far as the projects go in each signature. So I need 4 of these, and this is the only one she has in her kit that's specifically made like this. So what I'm going to show you today is how I take this particular design from her kit, I revise it with some more from different clip art that she has in her kit, and I make a new one. So this is the kit, this is what we're going to end up with today. Yes, it's a little different, but it's still her design, but as you see, I have changed the graphics on it to make it a different look. I will do this 2 more times after this one. So let's just hop on to this today. Let me bore you just a little bit. If you don't have Photoshop, unfortunately, most of this video will not apply to you. But if you do have Photoshop, you will understand a lot of the procedure I do, and maybe it will help you be able to take what you've already purchased and expand that kit to fill in more areas so that you don't have to go here, there, and yonder. So our featured artist today is Carolyn Musings. And Nana K is going to go from this to this today to show you my steps. So let's get started. Just bear with me a few minutes and we will get all this done, and you will see how much fun it is to use Photoshop. So I'm kind of giving Photoshop abuse today, but like I say, Carolyn Musings is our feature artist today. We're only strictly using her stuff today, nobody else. So join in and hope you enjoy the video. Now what I'm going to do today is I am going to come into my computer, and I'm going to show you guys how to take something that's already in the computer, and I'm going to show you how to readjust it using Photoshop. Now, if you don't have Photoshop, this won't apply to you, and I'm sorry, nothing I can do about that. But I do want to show you, because there is a lot you can do. Okay, this is a piece from Carolyn Musings that we're going to work on today. And let me pull it out and show you guys. And now I'm in the bottom screen here. I'm right down here where my hand's waving at you, if you can see me. This is this project that you see. And this is how it is on my computer, like this. And when you put it together, this is what you come up with. Okay? Now, I'm looking at the bottom corner. I hope you can see me, okay? Now, but I want 4 of these, but I don't want them exactly the same. So, here's what I do. I go into my Photoshop, and I make a new file, like this. Okay, we're going to create a new one. Then I'm going to go back to this, and I am going to unlock it so that I can make some minor changes. Let's go copy this. Control-C. Let's get it onto my blank so I can work. I don't want to change my actual file, so I want to make a new file. This one here is one file, and then you switch over, and this is the one I'm going to adjust. Now, I want to unlock it, get rid of the background. There's that one. Get rid of that background. Go here, okay? Then I want to go over to my magic wand, and I want to delete out everything. and get out everything. So that's what you do with magic wand. Okay? So this, like I say, where my hand is, over here in the corner, that's what we're working on. Now, what I want to do is go into my file system, back into where Carolyn's stuff is, right here. And I want a new background. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in and choose another one of her designs. And specifically, okay, this one, okay? I'm going to copy this, Control C, copy it. I'm going to go back and I'm going to lay this over the top of that. Then I'm going to come over here and I am going to convert this to a clipping mask. See what that just did? Okay, so that just actually took her design and made a clipping mask. Now, I don't want this to be the card. Well, that card's pretty, so that's fine. I would like more of the art here. So what you can do is you can actually move that over and we'll redo this card, okay? I like that better for the actual folded piece, because this piece here, right here on my screen, I'm going to move my arrow. This piece right here on my screen is going to either, I'm probably going to glue mine flat to a page, so don't really need a lot of stuff on there. So that looks perfect. So what I'm going to do there now is go back to the kit, Carolyn's kit, go back to something else that has some of the same stuff in it. Let's see what that one looks like. It'll take a second because my computer's slow. Okay, I like this, okay. I think I'm going to shrink this down because I really only want this part here. Okay, so I just did what we did. It's called a crop. I cropped it. Now I'm going to come back up here and I'm going to unlock it and Control C. Copy it. Go back to my Untitled. And I'm going to put that piece on the screen. You see it? And I'm going to move it over to this card. All right, move it over to the card. And I'm going to do the same thing on this card here. I'm going to turn it into a clipping mask. And then we're going to have to cut off some of it. So again, I'm going to have to go in and cut off some of it because I don't want this little bit that's on the other piece. So I go into that box there and I delete that much of it. Okay, I hope that helps you guys. I want you to see that now I no longer have the same card. It's different, but it's still Carolyn's design. I can come in now and add other stuff like, let's see. Let's just go in. Okay, let's just go in and do it easy. I'm just going to do a little bit of clip art here. Make my own tag. I don't have to. We're going to put that up. Go in and we're going to actually, let me delete all the words out of it. Okay, now type my own words. So let's just put winter gardens. Okay, winter garden. That's the name of the series here. I want to angle that a little bit. It looks like it's not going to let me. Okay, so let's go up here and see why it's not letting me. Okay. I don't like the color. Let's go with a darker color. I got a pretty cranberry. Okay, winter garden. I don't know why I can't do my wrap, so we're not going to worry about it at this point because that's unusual. All right, what we're going to do now is, I want to keep this separate. Okay, what I'm going to do now is take this one, hit my shift button, and this one, and this one. Take the winter garden off. Let me rephrase it. Control, Control, Control. And then I'm going to Control E, and that puts all. So now it can't be changed anymore. That is the design, except for the text. and I am not sure why the text is not letting me warp. So we won't worry about it at this point. I will work on that, because hey, I'm in a learning phase too. Oh, there you go. All right, so when you go up here in this button, I can arch it. There you go, winter garden. All right. Okay, I got it. Sometimes my brain just doesn't want to work right. Okay, let's go back. Right now now it's a little big, so I'm going to resize it. And I don't want it down at the bottom. Okay, so that's just that one. It doesn't have to be these words, but this is pretty to me. Okay, winter garden, and then you can come to the bottom and we'll do one more text. Okay, and I go over here and click a text box, and I'm going to put when life. Let me get my size so I can write it. Go up here. My size is going to be like an 11. When life. Okay. When life seems cold, my winter garden, when life seems cold, comma, my winter garden is warmth to my soul. Just something you might want to put. I'm just giving you an example. You don't have to do it this way, but that's how I would go in and do it. And really, that's too dark, so we really need to lighten this up. So we might could go with this color. Let's see what happens. All right, let's go in and let's revamp that. Let's crop that. Okay, you got your little tool here, and you can go right up here this white and get that. And let's see if the white, no, that's still not dark enough for me. It's not showing up. I got to find something, a color in this that's going to really bring out that. And I may not find it. But anyway, you got the gist of it. I will just, and I may actually myself make a tag with this slogan on it. When life seems cold, my winter garden is warmth to my soul. This is pretty. You could actually put that anywhere. Okay, that's what's going to be shown. Okay, let's go. Let's print this, and let's go back to our other thing. Okay, first I'm going to save it. I always save it, and I'm going to save it back to her file, because it's her work eventually. I mean, mostly her work. I changed it some, but it's still, she's the one I'll always give credit for. So I'll go back into Journal Kits by Other Artists, and then I'll go down and find her again. All this takes time, guys. It's a learning process. There she is, a Christmas garden, and I'm going to save it now. I'm in Christmas garden. I forgot to give it a title, but that's okay. I'm canceling save as. But it's going to carry me right there. Okay, I'm going to go down here and give it a name. Revised. Revised pocket with card. And I really should just revise it basically on naming it what she had here. Okay, I'm going to move this in here so you can see it. I should have just revised it where it shows CG element. Let's go that. Revised. Okay, revised. And I'm going to use the same title she did. That way, that's the title she gave it. Revised CG element. And I revise it. So we're going to save it at that. Save. Okay. Then I'm going to go in and flatten the layer image here on my computer. Then I'm going to go in and save it one more time. This time I'm saving it as a JPEG so that I can pull it off and print it and use it. Save. Okay. I'm not sure what that asked me, so I'm going to go ahead and look one more time because I'm not familiar with what just flashed up, so I might have done something wrong. All right, I'm going to go in and save it there. I messed up and hit the wrong thing. There's a JPEG. Now we're going to save it as a JPEG. Okay. Now, that's done, guys. All right, now I'm going to go in and print this thing. All right, I want it in a long format. Might want a little bit smaller because it's a little wider than I want. All right, let's unlock it. Let's cancel this in a minute. Unlock it so that I can resize it for my computer. Okay. I need to resize it just a little on this piece because I want it to fit. It won't be exactly the same, but I want it to fit. Now let's go Control P. Okay, one more second here, Control P, and we want it to print. All right, let's see what we come up with. Proceed. Then I'm going to switch to my webcam, and we'll go on and put the thing together real quick. Okay, so I'll keep this up here in the corner so we know what we're going from to. Okay, so let's switch over to Mother Cam, please. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, we're back on cam with our printed product here. All right, so that was easy enough. I will probably do that on several of my videos, just go through my process because that's what I do a lot of times. Now we're going to this is going to be a simple project today. I have to go do a lot of work at my regular job later on today, so I can't make it a long and drawn out video, but that gives you an idea. It's like we've got 4 signatures in this journal, which is the one that we're doing here. It's winter. She calls it Christmas garden. I'm calling winter garden journal because, as I said in my earlier video, and this is part 3, so there are 2 videos prior to this one. As I said in those, this is not, most of the designs really are just wintry things. They're not real Christmassy. So if you're going to do a journal that's a seasonal, which is what this one is, remember this is a seasonal journal. It is a winter month. So anything that happens from November to about March is considered winter. So in that time frame, you guys have Thanksgiving, you've got Christmas, and you've got Valentine's Day if you celebrate Valentine's Day. And sometimes before the end of March, Easter is sometimes wrapped up in those, but I always consider Easter a spring. I always consider Easter spring. I don't do Easter as a winter month. So anything in this journal could go anywhere from something from Thanksgiving to something from for Easter. Okay, what I'm doing here is I'm just pinching. I'm not hurting my book. I'm just pinching to get me some scissor hold here. And I'm going to go in and cut out here. I don't have a lot of light this morning. Yesterday, oh my goodness, it was 70 degrees in eastern North Carolina. My little grandson played outside in shorts. He ran some barefooted, but not a lot. But he ran a little bit barefooted around yesterday, all day long, playing. And this morning, it is dropped down probably in the low 40s. It's raining, it's cold, it's windy, and this has been going on for weeks now. One day, we'll have a beautiful, bright day. The next day, it is cold, windy, can't do anything. He won't be able to play outside today. Yeah, this is early morning. I've jumped over here and started this early morning, so I can get this done before he comes out. But anyway, this is what I'm saying about the journal. You can have several different designs. So, because I am going to add some Thanksgiving, if I can find stuff in these muted colors. And I am definitely going to add a little bit of Valentine in it to make this my winter journal. All right. And yes, it will likely go up for sale. And then again, it may not. Sometimes I make a journal and I decide I've just added too much personal stuff. But now we're going to go with the trusty bone folder and the scoreboard here. I'm going to score where the envelope is supposed to fall right here. Now, another thing is you could print this both double-sided, guys. You could print this double-sided if you want to. So that when you open it like this, you've got a design on it. And you're saving on thickness by printing double-sided. But me, I'm actually going to reach over here to my left, and I'm going to pull some papers that I've already printed. And I'm going to put something on the inside myself like this. And I'm just going to look to see what it'll look like. I kind of like that. So this is what it can look like when I'm not doing that. Or I can come over here with this one. I kind of like that too. Okay. Yeah, I like that. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to cut this out. So that's what's going to go. So if you look at what I'm doing, and this is, I'm getting ahead of myself, guys, because I hadn't finished folding, but let me show you. I am going to go in here. I'm going to take my pencil and I'm going to mark where I need to cut. Here and here. And I'm going to cut this piece of paper off. I say I am. I've lost a couple of my boards, so alright, let me see if I can find where my pencil mark was, and I didn't bring my glasses over here. There's my pencil mark, right? I think right there. And that's bad when you don't know where your pencil mark was. Oh, there it is. I got my eye on it now. It's right there. Alright, let's cut it right about that size. Maybe a tad smaller. My blade is really dull on this thing. Okay, so set that aside. And this, to save this for another something project we might work on. Alright, so before we get too busy closing this up, let's get what we want inside the frame here. I want that right about there. I need to trim off just a little more to stay within the frame. And all I'm trying to do is give this a background. That's all. Like I say, if you had double-sided printed, all this would already be taken care of. You wouldn't have to worry about that. Okay, so let me just go ahead and glue this part here. And not these flap areas, just the glue part. Can you see me, guys? I don't want to be out. I got a shadow this morning, so please bear with me. It's because my lighting's not good when it's not light outside. So let me go flip on my other light real quick and see if that pulls out the shadow a little bit. And give me just a second, guys. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm sorry. I still got a shadow, but we just have to deal with it. I don't understand how to work everything yet. But I can't seem to get the shadow off, so we're just going to have to deal with it. I'm going to go with it like it was. Doesn't seem like that's helping any. Alright, let's go. We got the glue on. Probably dried on me now. I'm going, oops, wrong one. Get my piece of paper. Get it worked into the area I want. You're going to have to cut some of it off, you know. Okay, so there's my paper on the inside. Alright, rub it in. Yep, you see, y'all get to see me at work raw and unrehearsed. And I apologize if it's sometimes a little scanty or crazy seeming, but anyway, there's that. Alright, let's cut this off. You don't need this bottom piece here. So we're going to fold that over. And you're not going to see it once I finish the envelope anyway. So cut a little bit of this off up here. Doesn't have to be perfectly perfect. Now we're going back to the scoreboard. And put this back on here and score my flaps. I think it's slid a little, but let's try. Make sure we're right. Seems like we are. Okay. I'm sorry, my computer binged a little. I want to make sure my video didn't go off. If it did, it's fine. This has been an easy one. I can do it again. Okay, I don't know why that's not doing like it should, but we're going to go with it. And I'll just trim that off. Okay, we're going to get our folds done. Get our scoreboard out the way. This is a fold. It's going to go this way. And as I told you in the part 2 video, I go on my, when I really want something to kind of lay flat, especially when I'm using the 110 pound cardstock, which is what we used here, I really do it both ways really hard so that hopefully I can get it flat. You can also do the same thing with your foam holder. Just press it real tight down. And what you're doing is you're manipulating your papers. And that's what we are. We're paper crafters. So that's something you learn to do, is to manipulate your papers. Okay, let's get our envelope finished. And then we've got one more piece to do. And I'm going to do, like I say, 4 of these. So I'm going to go back on Photoshop and do a different design in just a minute. And we'll go through that process one more time if you want to watch the video through that. Okay, so there's that. I've got my envelope. I'm going to cut that little teeny lip that's for some reason there, and I don't know why. Might have been where I resized it a little. I'm not sure. But anyway, that's done. So now our envelope is done. And we'll go back to her original design and then taking the design we just made. Okay, so there's the 2. And yes, I could put a frame on it, anything. You can do anything you wanted. When we get more detail, we'll be able to do more on with Photoshop so you guys can watch, but that's my process on that one. And we'll sit here, I guess, and try to put, okay, one more thing. We got this, the card. Let me get my scraps laid in the side. Get my board looking nice. I don't have a lot of workspace that the camera will capture. And we're going to lay this one aside because we are done with it. Put that in my box to go into the thing. All right, now I want to one more time tighten up these folds and go that way with it and make sure we kind of get a good flat fold and a half. There's my background. Now on the card, I'm trying to stay really neutral with this one. So I don't think I have any more pink ready. I don't think I have any more double-sided. I don't know why I wouldn't. Let me look over here behind me. I don't have any more double-sided. So we're just going to have to do this one single-sided instead of one of my normal wraps. And I'm just going to take out a piece of lined paper that I have designed. And I'm going to flip it over and just glue my card to the back of that. So what we're doing now is we're preparing a journal spot. The card, and I did glue this one heavy. Okay, and unfortunately the line's not very interesting, but the idea is this is a journal, so I make as many obvious journaling spots as I possibly can when I'm designing it. So when you see lines, you automatically know that probably that's something you can write on. All right, so we're going to go in and cut this out. Cut that out, like so. And I'm going to take my corner punch. And we're going to clean it out a little. I'm going to do a large corner punch here. Just another little quirk I have. I like my stuff rounded out. I don't love everything to be square. I think the other one was perfectly square. So we're doing a little variety here by making this one rounded. We'll do the same thing with this if it'll let me. I'm going to round the actual envelope. It may be too thick, so bear with me. Nope. Do that one again. I didn't quite get it all the way in. Like I was afraid of. It was kind of thick in that corner, but I can go back. If it didn't quite clip, go back and tear. Like I say, anything is possible. And, ooh, that's a tough one. We can get it, though. Don't fret. Got that one, and we're going to go back and clip this one. That's where the flat folded down, so it's a little tighter. Okay, so now I've rounded that one off a little. I've got my spot. Now, this, like I said, is not real interesting because a lot of times I will flip out papers, and I didn't on this one. So what I'm going to do is grab one of my little clip art bags and just see if I can find just a little something interesting. A lantern. I like that. We'll just put a lantern on the back of that one. And you can actually make it, just glue the bottom part like this. All right. Okay, so that gives you just a little bit of something on the back, and it's a tuck spot, so you can actually even tuck something else in right there. Okay, so there's a little tuck spot. All right, so now our envelope is about almost finished, pretty much finished. Let's see if it fits in. It fits in beautifully. Now, one other thing, I want to put a tab on it if I can find my tabs. They're already pre-cut. If I can't, I have got so much stuff over here that I have already pre-cut. So one little tab, and it should be in this pack here. Nope. That's envelope. I'm sorry, guys. I'm kind of talking to myself over here in this corner, trying to find what I'm looking for. Like I say, I have so much stuff I've already cut out to use in this particular journal. There they are. All right, this is the bag with my tabs. And I want to find just a cute little tab. I don't want it real fancy. I'm going to go with this one right here. That one and that one. Just those two. All right, and I'm going to put me a tab on my here. This is optional totally. Don't have to do it. This is not a folded over tab, so I'm going to have to take two and glue them together. I don't want to cover my winter up, but I did a little bit. But still, this will give you a tab pull at the top of this. This is just something I added myself. So you make the decision when you're doing yours, if you want these. I'll tell you something, a little piece of ribbon would have been pretty on here too. Just a little piece of delicate, some kind of delicate ribbon would have been fine. You don't really necessarily have to have a paper pull tab. So, yeah, a lot of different ways. We got two more to make, so you guys might get to see. So there's my pull tab on that one. So this is what we've ended up with, guys. Taking the projects, and we have just revamped it to make it our own. And I'll lay my other one aside, but anyway, there that is. All right, and since I have revamped it, I'm going to go in. Goodness gracious, I don't know where I laid the other at. All my work here. Probably right in front of me. Anyway, let's go in here and let's finish it up, and let's put this, decide where we're going to put that particular one in the book. I kind of like that. It's real subtle right there. And it's real, that matches real pretty. I hate to use up all my blank pages, but anyway, that's where it's going to go in the book. We're going to glue that down. I'm not going to glue this down until I make sure this video worked well, but there it is. It will glue down there, and that's what we'll have. So that was actually taking a design and reworking it to fit your needs. So this is Nana Kay saying thanks for watching. A little bit shorter video than normal for us, but a little new learning process for you guys. Plus I'm learning how to use my webcam a different way by screenshotting and combining screenshot and actual work. So you'll get to see some of the Photoshop works I do if this video works out right. And if you're seeing this video, it means it worked out right. So Nana Kay saying so long, happy Monday. We'll see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.